Faith. Good. I think that's how we came out here. All right, so this is Steve and Josh with Hang Tight, and we wanted to do just a quick wrap up from a winter camp this weekend on things we learned, just quick tips. Partially just for ourselves so that we remember next time. But I don't know, I got about, I think, 4 or 5 on top of mine. What's your first one that you think's a good thing to remember?
Right now I'm remembering to keep my shoes near the fire throughout the night. I left them outside in the vestibule, and they're cold. And I put my shoes on an hour ago or a half hour ago.
Yeah.
And my feet are still cold. My toes are still cold. So I was warm in my down booties all night.
Yeah, actually, I'll play off of that one because that's a big one for even summer camping, keeping temperatures in. Once things get cold, you've lost it, and it's really hard to get it back. You know, people talk about different ratings of quilts and things, but if you're not able to generate heat because you've gotten chilled, doesn't matter what rating you got. So I think that's the second thing. Josh he got me these nice kind of down gloves for Christmas, but he has this. It's just an REI cover, and it's great. It's super lightweight and small, you know, so you can pack it and not use it if you don't want to. I mean, look at that. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And it, you know, your fingers will get cold in the gloves.
Yeah.
But you throw this on, and the gloves stay dry, and you stay warmer. And you do that before it's too late, and you really pay. And
yeah, it's over. You gotta, once they're wet, you gotta dry them.
No recovering.
And those Gore-Tex, they keep them sealed, and it keeps the heat trapped in there too. They're perfect. They're my favorite winter accessory. I hardly ever wear my down gloves without the liners.
Yeah. So I'm all about bringing things that aren't cumbersome to bring but have a huge benefit for you. And that'll lead me to my second and third tip, which is I wore jeans out, guys. I wore jeans out in the woods, and I'll post some pictures. The first one of me here, after hiking out here, it was jeans wet up to here. And Josh had this second set. I had a dry pair of pants, thank goodness. But again, it's this REI. Is it Gore-Tex too?
Yeah, it's just another rain pants liners.
Like
I'm not sure if they're Gore-Tex also. I would think so.
Well, whatever they are, they're great, and it's way better than bringing snow pants because, you know, winter camping, you really don't need a lot. You just need to be, you know, protected and covered.
Yeah. When you're on the trail and moving and hiking, you don't really need snow pants. You just need liners. You just need to stay dry.
Right.
And so I'm short, so I roll up my pants a little bit so the ankles don't get soaking wet. And when I take my liners off, I'm still dry.
Yeah.
Snow pants are like if you're rolling around in the snow, because once you get on the ground with those, you can feel the cold.
Yeah,
but you stay dry.
And when we hiked, I did warm up. So when I say you get cold, you can't warm up. But hiking did warm me up, thank goodness. And I guess that's the other thing is both of us have good hiking boots on with good tread. The trail, though, gathers ice, you know, and I didn't think about that. And then snowed over right now. So you're actually, anytime you're going up or down a slope, it's more treacherous on the trail.
They call it dust on, what do they call it? Somebody in Colorado just said it. Dust on crust.
Dust on crust.
Yeah, that's what we had. We had like 4 inches, 3 inches of snow, nice powdery snow on the trail, but underneath those 3 inches was just a block of ice. And when we were going up and down those hills, I was really stomping my foot in to try to make a dent in that crust.
I followed your footsteps. I was like, this is nice.
And we had one pair of snowshoes because we carried the jet sled in. And so having the snowshoes, I think, is a must on these trails. I would like to cross-country ski it, but some of it seems really hard. I'd have to clip out of a few of those hills and pull it up.
Yeah, it's need a better base of snow or something. I don't know to be able to do it. There's a decent amount of snow out.
We're pretty late in the season. The next 3 or 4 days are going to just be rain, just all rain. So we got out at the perfect time.
We joked we're going to come back and find all the steaks we lost in the snow.
Next weekend we're coming back for the steaks that are buried in the snow right now.
I think there's I said 25% steak loss. I think it might be 50, but I don't know. We'll get most of them. But all right, so we'll switch for the last bit and wrap it up. But what do you think? Tent or stove or the cots or the gear? What do you think inside?
Inside, boy, a 2-person tent with 2 cots and a dog was tight. It was nice, keeping us warm.
Yeah, I thought about that. I wanted to go bigger, but I'm like, well, you got to be careful about that. You'll lose your heat.
You go too big, you lose all your heat. So we did have a lot of condensation, so having those towels was really nice to dry.
Yeah.
And the pellets, we brought a whole grocery bag, paper bag full of wood.
Right.
Thinking that would last us the 2 nights, and we burned through it the first night.
It did make it till morning. I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
And we did cut it up. So being prepared. I'm not sure if that goes against the don't bring in your own wood rule, but although we're within a certain miles of home, so maybe we're allowed to. Anyway, we'll delete that out.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that either. For law enforcement, that's deleted out.
You can't prove it.
You can't prove that we didn't. Somebody else put that in there. So this is a Palmolive tent. They're pretty cheap, and Palmolive makes. Rob Pelton did a review on them, I think. One that's like a teepee. If anything, I might go to that. I already took a look at the canvas/cotton ones, and boy, you really are stepping up your game when you go to those. So I don't know about that. I'd say your cots that you had Helix cots. Those are awesome because it keeps you off the cold. And then the second is you got to have, and I was real happy with the Thermarest.
Mm-hmm.
Those, I wasn't cold at all.
No.
Down.
I would have liked to. We stomped down our campsite with the snowshoes.
Oh, yeah.
I would have liked to have shoveled it out next time, so that when we get those cots on there, they don't do their own little settling in on their own. Because a couple times, I got maybe 10 pounds on you. I did touch I could feel the ground on my cot, and I'm like, dang it. Because my bars were kind of sunken into the snow a little bit.
Yeah.
So to dig out our campsite would have been helpful.
Yeah, I seen my brother do that, and I'd watch videos where they just stomped it down. So Josh had his snowshoes, and I said, stomp it down, we'll be fine. That was wrong. I think clearing it off is probably the last tip we'll give it the day.
We could have used it.
We could have used it.
We showed up, and we had about an hour to set up before it was going to rain. The first night it was going to rain, so we really did kind of hustle in, and we didn't want to mess around too much, but taking time to do it right. Do it right. There's another saying about
There's
that.
another saying.
Do it right or do it twice, or
do it right once or do it right the first time, or
buy nice or buy twice. I think that's what
all of those. All of them. Bear in mind it's about 17 degrees out right now, which we'll just end this by saying it was worth coming out. Cold, I didn't mind. We're prepared. The quilts were great. Thomas was great. The stove was great. The sled worked great.
Mm-hmm.
I think
the pellets the second night were really nice.
And the pellets were great. We'll probably do a little wood stove review. Maybe we're not the folks to do it though, because we got about the cheapest one you could get.
We did get the cheapest stove you could.
It worked. It still works.
We didn't know if we were gonna like it.